Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing Mixed Media Mayhem and we're scrap lifting Dorota Kruszewka, and this is what it looks like. I'm sorry if I've said her name wrong. And I'm also using my counterfeit kit challenge. So we're going to get started right away here. So I picked out this funky picture of my youngest. We were playing around with filters on a phone app and we were just doing fun stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I pulled out some crafty brown color and the blue that's in her picture, and we're going to get started tearing this up already. So on the scrap lift for today, they have a color on the top and a different color on the bottom, and so that's how I'm going to look at this a little bit. And I am going to start with the packaging technique on the bottom half. And so I have some antique linen, and that one really watered down, but I'm giving it kind of like that tea dye look. And so I pulled out the antique linen, and I also pulled out walnut stain. So this one, I'm just going to put some more on, a little bit darker. And then here's comes my walnut stain. And a little bit of water to make it move a little bit easier. I'm just going to towel off a little bit of it, and then that's looking pretty good already. I just want a little bit more of the walnut stain on the bottom right corner here. So just add a little bit more, and it doesn't look like a huge difference on screen, but in person it does make a pretty good difference. And so then this tealy bluey color comes back from my counterfeit kit challenge paper. I've already used one of two of these in my kit this month, and I was just making sure my white piece was 12 by 12 because this is normally not, and today it is, which is amazing. I'm going to get this taped down right away. And then for the rest of my layout, I mostly use glue today, which actually worked pretty well. So I do know that's my base. I know I want this doily to mimic the round clock that the original had. I do know that this is going to need to be, there's so many layers, so this is going to need to be up on some foam. So I'm going to get one piece out already. And then my photo's 3x4. So I'm just going to do, I think it's 3 1/8 for this white. And then 3 1/4, maybe 3 1/16 and 3 1/4 for this one. I don't know. I'm just doing 2 ticks, whatever 2 ticks is on my cutter. I don't even look. So I thought for a second of layering that purple in between the white and the black, but I decided nope. And then I actually noticed there was a date on the back of this one. So most of my pictures I don't have the dates on, but this one I printed with the date on. So I just penciled that in so that I can have it for later, because I don't know, I probably won't remember. So, and then I'm going to glue this one piece on right away. I know, there we go. And then I'm going to start pulling stuff in. So those 2 rolled flowers I just pulled over, I'm going to use a bunch of those. Those are on a video from yesterday. And I did them a little bit ago, but I have a rolled die for the flowers, and I just did that. These are a couple scraps I had in my bluish drawer. And so I'm going to use these 2 pieces kind of as a layer. And then I'm just going to try and see what kind of things that I want. I thought I was going to maybe use that. I don't. And I pulled out just a bunch of brownie stuff and a bunch of this teal color, and I'm just going to place stuff. And not all of it gets used. And even the stuff that's on here now isn't going to stay on here, but that's okay. So I know there's lots of layers. So this is one of the ways I like to do lots of layers, is just start placing things where I think they kind of might go. And I'm not set on them having to be there, but it gives me an idea what I kind of want and what I don't want. So I'm just kind of looking at different things and where they can maybe fit. So that brown flower is really, really dimensional, so it's not going to stay on there. But I am going to pull out all of these map ones that I made yesterday. And so a few of them don't actually make it onto the layout, but I'm just kind of clustering them where I think they might go, just so I have an idea. Those blue ones that are in my container there, the dark blue ones, are made out of foam, and that worked out really well. I'm really happy with those ones, but not on today's. And then that blue ribbon, and then a 49 market frame in kind of a darker blue, just to tie some more of that blue and the teal together. And I'm going to slide that underneath, and I like how that gives a little bit more dimension and pulls it across. This is a tag that I cut off of, it was a cut apart sheet on my Counterfeit Kit Club paper, and so that one I figured would work really well. I thought about using that one, the brown one with the gold, but I kind of wanted to keep it to more of that lighter brown for the most part. So that one says charming. I thought maybe this tag in a bit. Some old stash pieces. And I'm almost got what I've got going on here done for what I have on my whatchamacallit in my bin here. Decided that black and white flower just really doesn't go. And then just taking a look what else I want to do. So punch this hull out so I can use this ribbon. This ribbon has both colors of blue and a brown in it, so I thought it worked really well. It has a little bit more geometric than the rest of the page has, but that's okay. I chose this picture because in the original there's quite a bit of whimsy in that one, and so I'm getting some of the whimsy from my photo, and then I'm also with the clock and the doily and that kind of stuff trying to bring in some of that whimsy with the flowers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of looking at layering it up and pulling things out and placing them where I actually want them for sure to go now. I could have taken a picture and done all that kind of stuff, but I don't like to do that. I'm using my phone to record, so to take a picture makes it a little hard. Eventually I want to use my nice camera to do it, but that takes a different setup and it's not happening right now. So getting these this film strip down, so I cut it in half so it'll go all the way across the page, and then I don't have to put a whole lot of glue on it because that makes it so I can tuck and stick and put things over top or underneath. And then use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to attach those ribbons into those take holes, and just kind of moving stuff around and seeing what I want. I just put that frame a little bit higher than I had originally anticipated putting it, which means my picture needs to be a little higher, so it kind of changes the triangle that I was going for a little bit, but that's okay. It's a page and I like it, so that's all that matters. So I was just playing around with this big wood flower piece. I think it was a Studio Calico one from a long time ago, so it'll be good to get that on here. I'm just gonna put a little dot of glue underneath the doily so I can still tuck things in and under and around. My photo is going to be one of the last things I put down, but I do need to have it so that I'm just putting things so I know where things are going to line up and cover up and that kind of stuff. So, and then these have some pretty good shine and glitter to them, but it looks like a little more than what on screen than what it is in person. So it's got quite a few of the different blue tealy colors that are in this layout, so I really liked that. And then getting some of these rolled flowers down and then gonna tuck the clock. And I thought about over top, and no, it's gonna go underneath on this side. I like that. I like the delicateness of that doily. I think it adds to that whimsy, like I said. So, and then this tag says wander, and I'm just gonna slide it underneath and tuck it down so it kind of nestled between those two petals. And this acetate heart says love this in gold, and I thought that was pretty cute. Getting the clock on underneath just trying to line up the 12 so the 12 is at the 12 o'clock mark, because I don't know, it bugs me when clocks are on not straight. So the strange things that bug people. So, and then working on this right side. So I have putting some more flowers on the right side, and I've kind of set it out, but I'm not sure if I want that wood veneer to go where it is at the moment. So I decided to put some more of these flowers on. So give myself a time to think about how I want that other side to go, because I do know I want these map flowers nestled in different spots. And I like that so far. Then I'm going to use all 4 of these navy hearts. I think these are Studio Calico as well. There's actually quite a bit of Studio Calico that ended up on here. I think this tag that I'm putting on is from them. It's been a long time since I've had a kit that I get from Studio Calico. I like them, but they stopped doing their 12 by 12s, and I like their Project Life and that kind of stuff, but there's only so many Project Life cards you can have. So yeah, whole point is I miss their 12 by 12 kits, but that's okay. And then I think this one was a Studio Calico one as well, and I thought maybe the ribbon through that one. No, gonna get the title on. This chipboard is from one of the first sets of chipboard that I ever bought, probably 20-ish years ago, maybe more than that. I still have so many of them. It came in this massive package, and it has flowers and words and all sorts of different things. And so I'm trying to get some of it on pages. Finally decided to put my picture on, and I doubled up the foam just so that it can be over top of that charming, and getting some more of those flowers on. Trying to spread out the brown and the blue in the upper and the lower. That was just wiggling just a little bit for the glue. And then some of these other ones. Thought about maybe filling that hole for a second, but no. I'll just slide this one over a little bit because I didn't like how much they were lined up, and that's better. Another flower, and another one, and another one, and I really like that. Thinking about adding another one on this side, which I sneak one there. And then I missed this leaf it was actually tucked underneath that clock when I first put things together, but it's not going to work anywhere else, so that's okay. And then I'm going to use up all of these enamel dots because they are the lighter teal and the darker teal. I'm just going to sprinkle them around. And one more, I think. Oh, 2 more. All of those get done. All of those hearts are done. It's so exciting when you have like an empty piece. And then I decided this little heart veneer could go down here, which actually gives the wood veneer in 4 different spots, but almost on a diagonal. Thought about this tab again, but it's just way too dark. So I'm going to set my date stamp to February 13th, 2021, because this is when that's from. And I'm going to double check because I wrote it down and I was like, am I remembering that? Yep, I am. So, and then I'm going to use the walnut stain and I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to stamp it off on a scrap piece over on the side that you can't see it, just so I could get a good impression. And then it went all messy anyway. So I'm going to embrace the messy and I'm going to stamp it everywhere. Why not? Actually, I really like the way it looks too, so it's a happy mistake. I have 3 more of these flowers left, and I thought, can I get them on? And I'm not going to. And I'm just thinking, I think I'm going to do some splatters, and I'm going to do the splatters in the walnut stain because I want some on the top to tie in what I've got going on the bottom. And so just a little bit of water on a piece of packaging, and I'm just going to use a fine paintbrush and get that on there. And I watered it down pretty good so that it was a lighter brown. And then I'm just going around those two hearts to just give a little more dimension around them. And then I'm going to rub the plastic piece right in the walnut stain again. Add the tiniest bit of water so I can have some darker ones, and you'll see the darker ones come up a whole lot better now. And so I like that. I'm going to move my plastic piece around so I can get some on the charming here and some on the doily on this side, and we're almost done. Just have this last piece of ribbon to deal with. So it looks like on the scrap lift, hers comes right off the page. Mine kind of is going to look like that, but I didn't want to move it around, so it's just going to overlap here. Put some glue on it to make it stay put, and clean up a little bit of the splatters on the acetate. And thought about this ribbon. Nah, it's good. Look at it for just a second, and then we're going to bring it up close. And so I really like how this one turned out. I love the layers. I love that I got those flowers on that I made yesterday on this one today, and just give you a little bit of a close-up. There's also some still shots to follow, so you can see some of the texture in different parts. I really love how this one actually turned out. If you liked my video today, I would love a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed. There is another video playlist here coming up too, and there is another video that you might like to watch, and my subscribe button's right here too. So again, thanks for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day.